Good morning, Las Vegas. Welcome to another edition of Your Insurance Connection. And stay locked right here at Power 88. I've got a lot of valuable information to share with you about insurance. We talk about insurance on Your Insurance Connection. My name is Donald Marquez. Been an insurance agent right here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the last 24 years, going on my 25th year in the business. I love what I do. I love meeting people, the public, people like yourselves to come out and talk to me about your insurance concerns. And there's so many people that I have to thank over the years that my customers that come in and we talked about their insurance and made a difference in their life, truly made a difference in their life. They want to know where they stand when it comes to their insurance, their life insurance, their homeowners insurance. If we can save that money on auto insurance, just imagine a gentleman came in my office yesterday. We saved him $1,200 a year on his auto insurance policy, homeowners combined. So what we do, we look at the home, the auto, we do a bundle, and we make sure, we try to save you money. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. But that was good yesterday. We saved him over $1,200 for the year. And he was very excited, very happy. So we're going to write his policy up, get him going, and get him going with not only the life insurance, but also our home and auto. And we can do the same for you, too. Just give us a call today at 702-236-2624, 702-236-2624, 702-236-2624. My name is Donald Marquez. You're tuning into Your Insurance Connection. We do this every Tuesday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. for the last 5 years on the air. And we also will be broadcasting this Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 10 o'clock. Always great information right here at Power 88. And I want to invite a special guest. I talked to Mr. Andre Crockett. He's here from Serenity Funeral Home just to give you some good information on his services and how long he's been in business and just a little background about yourself. Good morning, Andre.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Glad to have you again on the show. You've been on the show, this third time, fourth time, something like that?
Yes.
Oh, well, you're starting to be a regular. Well, I'm so happy to have you because, when the people come to see you and they're struggling with the loss of a loved one, now they have to come up with the financials of a loss of a loved one. How does it impact the family? And just give us an idea. Just go through it when there's no life insurance when the family comes to see you.
Well, it's very difficult for the family because, like you say, they have no insurance. So they have to figure out a way to come up with the money to bury their loved ones. And in the African American community, a lot of us don't like to do cremations. So you're looking at the cost that you have to pay at the funeral home, and then you also have to look at the cost that you're going to be paying at the cemetery. And those are two separate things that you're going to have to do. And the average price is around starting at $5,000. And the average price that starts at the cemetery is around $4,000. So you're looking at quite a bit of money that you had to come up with. Now you have the families struggling to get the money. They're having fish fries. They're having car washes and standing out on the corner with buckets collecting money. And so it's kind of heartbreaking. And most times what happens when they're raising money like that, you have somebody in that group who sometimes run off with money that they collected.
Wow.
So now you have another problem.
I see.
So it's very important that you take out a life insurance policy to, there's no age limit to it.
No, it's not. It's that, when your number's called, it's your number's called, whether you have life insurance or not. And I have people tell me sometimes they don't want to get a life insurance policy because they think the family is betting against them. They want them to die. They're trying to kill them. I mean, these stereotypes we need to stop.
Right.
And if something happens to me, another stereotype, it's not an if, it's a when. And we never know. I mean, we never know. Our number could be called at any time. And you've been in the business for how long now, Andre?
It's been at least 45 years.
45 years, right here. Are you from Vegas?
I'm born and raised right here in Las Vegas.
And so I'm also a native in Las Vegas. I love what I do, serving my community. And you've owned Serenity Funeral Home for how long?
It's going on 5 years now.
And why don't you give them the location?
We at 3435 West Cheyenne, Suite 105.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to use your services a couple of years ago. My wife passed away. It's been 2 years now.
Wow.
Last month, 2 years, and Andre performed the services for my wife, so we do pay it forward. We just don't talk the talk, we walk the walk. We pay it forward to support you and your efforts. And you did a beautiful job. Everything was just gorgeous.
Thank you.
People still talk about the the ceremony today to me. They just congratulate me. I sent my wife to heaven first class. So
First class, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Thanks to you and your services. I do appreciate everything you've done. But Andre's here today to help me, to help you better understand the importance of having a life insurance policy. Now, you may not think this affects you, and let's talk about one of the key things people talk about. I have insurance on my job. How is effective is that when the family comes in, they were still working, or does the job policies pay right away, or does it take a little time?
It takes time, and you have to have a lot of proof. They send you through the ringer, and then families are left with the loved ones still sitting at the funeral home because they're trying to get the paperwork together with the jobs. We have a lot of people come in with the culinary, and you got to have a lot of proof. And one of those things that causes a block in it is because people don't know their legal standpoint when a person passes away. So you have to know and be educated about who is going to be the next of kin. It has to be the next of kin who takes care of the affairs. Just because you are a brother or a sister, but this person who passed away have children, and the children may be younger than you, those children are in charge of that, unless that person who passes away has a will. And a lot of us do not do wills. We don't have anything written down, so when something happens, you're left blind.
So if it's a husband and wife situation with let's say we use a culinary for an example. My mother was a culinary worker for over 30 plus years in the culinary. And when she passed away, I went to the culinary union, and they told me, well, your mother retired, and she wasn't paying her union dues. After she retired,
Right.
and she was receiving a pension. And after those many years, the culinary said, "There's nothing here for you. There's no because she was a member of the culinary union for all that time. After she retired, why would she continue to pay union dues? That doesn't make any sense. However, this is what happens when people depend on the job, because the job, they want a death certificate.
Oh yes, and that takes about. Sometimes that could take up to 30 days or more.
Yeah, 30 days or more. And now, during that time when the body's in storage, is there a fee that'll be charged?
There is a fee, but we don't charge a fee.
Okay.
I refuse to charge a fee because it's like you're paying a hotel room, and it can get up to over $100 per day.
Per day.
Per day.
Well, I mean, they can't keep a body there for 2 or 3 months at your establishment. I mean, that's just.
We have had them. We have.
Really?
Yes, we've had bodies there for.
We're not encouraging that, family.
No, we're not. But we have had people there who didn't have their affairs right, and were trying to find the next of kin, or they're trying to find a way to raise the money to bury their loved ones, and they have been there for months.
You know, this is a very important conversation because in our population, we like to kick the can. And we like to say, well, you know, I'll get it one day, I'll do it one day, I'll do it next month, I'll do it at the first of the year. Well, it is the first of the year. It is still the first of the year. Give me a call. My name is Donald Marquez. Don't let this happen to you. 702-236-2624. 702-236-2624. That's my phone number. That's my personal phone number. I want you to call it today. Pick up the phone, 702-236-2624. Let's book an appointment. Now, if you need Mr. Crockett's services, why don't you give me your phone number too, Mr. Crockett?
Yes, the phone number is 702-647-0123. And we are available to come out to your house. I encourage people to do a potluck because we like to eat.
Okay.
So do a potluck, invite a group of people, and invite us to come so we can explain to that group of people how important it is to have insurance and how to have your affairs in order and how to do it in order. Who is the next of kin?
Right. And one of the most important things that I see in my business for all these years, offering life insurance to our community. And there's always one responsible member of the family. You know, the other family members seem to turn their back away. I don't have any money. Well, that was your mother. That was your dad, too. You know, why do you don't have any money? Well, I thought she had life insurance. And everybody come up with these excuses, especially because the money needs to pay not today, but right now. Not now, but right now. Because you don't be paid in full. There's no layaways, those finance programs, you know. But when it comes to your final expenses, we can help you at Your Insurance Connection. We can find a policy for you that fits in your budget. Yes, we can. This day is going to happen for each and every one of us. You cannot avoid it. Don't say if something happens to me, or I'm good, I'm covered. Let's sit down and have a life insurance review We can look at your home, your auto, your life insurance. Maybe we can offset the cost of auto insurance so you can afford that life insurance policy. My number is 702-236-2624, 702-236-2624. Now, on the other side of the coin, when people come to you with a life insurance policy, let's go through the process. And let's say if they come to you with an accidental only life insurance policy, what happens?
That is not accepted unless it is an accident. And normally, when people present those, it's not an accident. So it's like you wasted your money.
All those years you've been paying on the accidental only life insurance policy, they pass away of natural causes. You don't honor that at all.
No, we don't honor that.
And I tell my listeners, I have listeners just been held to have those accidental only life insurance. I know you get $1 million for $3 a day, $3 a month. Excuse me.
Yes.
But let's talk about if in fact it is an accident. How often do you just see those policies come through and they pay?
It's not too often. It's not too often. We very seldom see an accident or see someone come in who had an accident who has accidental insurance.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally the people who pass away from natural causes or cancer or heart attacks and strokes and things like that who have accidental insurance. Well, that's not an accident.
No, it's not.
So they don't honor that.
No,
it's not that we don't honor that. It's that the insurance company is not going to honor that when they ask for the cause of death.
Well, again, because the first thing you do as a business owner, you pick up the phone and make sure the policy is active. That means the premiums are paid on time.
Yes.
It's very important to pay your premiums on time because when it does happen to a family member, in the state of Nevada, your policy can lapse in 30 days. The insurance company has the discretion of reactivating your policy or not. So it's very important to make sure you pay your premiums on time, because the first thing when you go to Serenity, they're going to pick up the phone to make sure that policy is active,
right?
And they will honor to pay you for your services. Now, after you file a claim for your portion of the policy, if I have this correct,
yes,
you from the life insurance contract. Let's say it's a $100,000 life insurance policy. They pay your portion first,
yes,
and then the primary beneficiary will file a claim to get the balance of the life insurance contract.
Correct.
That's how it works.
Yes. And even with the life insurance, it takes a while because they do need a certified copy of the death certificate.
Yes.
So we do have in place a third party who will honor that insurance and give you the money up front to take care of your funeral arrangements.
Now, for the person that's coming in with the life insurance contract, and is there an additional fee to use that third party so you can get paid immediately?
Yes, there is an additional fee. There's like a 4 to 5% of your total bill.
Of the total bill?
Yes.
Well, at least they're getting paid right away.
Yes.
They're getting paid right away. It doesn't really affect the process. It doesn't slow the process down at all.
No, it doesn't.
As soon as you pick up that phone and find out the policy is active, the premiums are paid on time, and the policy is active at the time of passing, there's a minor fee for the third party. Why do you go through a third party? Because the insurance companies, they have to have the death certificate, they have to have the paperwork. Why is there a third party?
The third party is there because, like you say, we do have to have the insurance companies do require a certified death certificate.
Okay.
And a lot of times the death certificate doesn't come back for at least 30 days, sometimes more.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to investigate the cause of death.
I see.
And the doctor has to sign. And if there's an autopsies take up to 6 weeks.
Oh,
so
I
if
see.
a person is having an autopsy, they're not going to know the cause of death until after that. So that you don't want your loved one sitting there for 6 weeks. So we do it out of courtesy to have a third party to step in and say, okay, this policy is good. We checked it out. It's good. So we're going to honor this policy. We're going to cut the check and send it to Serenity Funeral Home to carry out your funeral arrangements right away.
And that's back-end paperwork. You don't have to worry about it. If you come in with a life insurance policy, of course, Andre and his staff can assist you to take care of your final expenses for your loved ones immediately. And then you will take care of all the back-end paperwork, of course. The only thing you have to do is just show up with the life insurance policy. They're grieving.
Yes.
They're grieving. Now you have to deal with the finance part of it. That's all a part of it. And there's no way around it. Don't let this happen to you. Make sure you get a life insurance policy. We can help you with a final expense life insurance policy, or if you're looking for that large life insurance policy, $500,000 to $1 million and on up, we can accommodate you at Your Insurance Connection. Call me today. My name is Donald Marquez. You're tuning in to Your Insurance Connection, 702-236-2624. My location is on the corner of Rancho and Sahara in the U.S. Bank building. I'm located on the 8th floor. I work by appointment, 702-236-2624, 702-236-2624. This is good information because I know there's times when family members, I see them on the corner, and it really disturbs me.
Yes.
We drive nice cars, nice clothes, and it's not that much to sit down and get your life insurance policy, because if your family members can't pay, then cremation is an option. And as you said, there's a lot of people, our population don't want to get cremated,
Right.
because we think we coming back one day. I told my mother, I said, she said, "Don't you cremate me?" I said, "Why not?" I said, she said, "No, don't you burn me up, because I'm coming back one day." I said, "Mom, you coming back to do what? To go to work?" Well, we used to joke like that.
Right.
We used to joke like that with her, and you know my mother.
Yes.
Yeah, you know my mother, but it's serious business. It's serious
Very
business
serious.
because when a person does come in with a life insurance policy and all their paperwork is in order, it's a smooth experience.
Yes.
Their grieving part is there, but at least when they come in with a life insurance, my husband had this life insurance policy. Here it is, and everything's in order. How does that operate? Tell us about it. When your person come in. Not my story, because it was.
Right.
And you can use my story. It's fine. I mean,
Right.
it's okay.
Well, I mean, it makes it way more smoother. It takes a lot of pressure off the family when you have that life insurance policy. And we need to get out of that stigma. It's like if you take out a life insurance policy, you feel like you're going to die soon.
Yes.
That is like the most ridiculous thing in the world.
It is.
And then you also have to let your family know. Somebody has to know. Everybody doesn't know, has to know you have a life policy. So if you think somebody's going to try to kill you or whatever,
Nobody's going to do that.
nobody's going to do that.
No,
So you need to
no.
let some responsible person know where your policy is. Because we run into that a lot. Well, we don't know if my mom had insurance, or we
That's a
don't
good
know if
point.
my dad had insurance. And you have to be, and I tell people all the time, be very upfront with the insurance company. Don't act like you don't know. Because sometimes the insurance might not want to pay it, or whatever the case may be, if you acting like you don't know. But you got to have some kind of information. You got to have the policy number or something to show forth that you do have the insurance.
I receive calls. My mom, my dad passed away. Now, these are not my customers, because I sit down with my customers and go through the policy thoroughly. However, when there's a situation where there's a husband and a wife on the life insurance policy, the wife is the insured, okay? The husband was a primary beneficiary. However, he passed away as a primary beneficiary. There was no contingent beneficiary. When the wife passed away, there was no beneficiary listed at all. How does that work? Is it next of kin? How does that? I know you probably have ran across that before, where there's no beneficiary because the primary beneficiary passed away before the person that's insured passed away.
We haven't ran across that. I can't recall a case that we ran across that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is something that I need to look into, because that could happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we actually. Well, I take that back. We are actually working on the case right now where the person who passed away is up in age, and she had insurance, but everybody else in her family is gone, so there's nobody left. But she was in the process while she was in the hospital with turning everything over to her pastor.
I see.
And the pastor, they didn't get a chance to complete the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
So she's actually been at the funeral home for over a month.
Wow.
Because of the paper trail.
Okay.
So now we have it all straight. And so what's happening now is, since the pastor had started the process, the pastor is the one who is the primary person who can take care of the burial of his member.
Okay. Well, that's, again, the only thing you need to have is if your primary beneficiary has passed away, you don't have a contingent beneficiary. And what is a contingent beneficiary? It moves in primary beneficiary's position when the primary passes away before the insured.
Okay.
So as a contingent. However, if your primary beneficiary has passed away and you don't have a contingent, pick up the phone, call your insurance company. They can give a change of beneficiary form to you. You can pull up online, you can print it. You want to sign that person in as a primary beneficiary and let them know.
Yes, right.
That's really important. I'm quite sure you've ran across where they don't know who the primary is,
Right.
or don't know what a life insurance policy is. I tell people, listen, if that life insurance policy is up in the closet next to the blue suede shoes, let the primary beneficiary know, or even just give them the policy. There's absolutely nothing they can do with it, even if they're paying on the policy.
Right.
If they're paying on the policy and they're a primary beneficiary, they can't call and make changes on the policy at all. Now, if a person is like I said, they're getting ill, Alzheimer's, and they may have to go to a nursing home for whatever reason, for whatever condition they may have, it is a good idea to make that person the primary beneficiary, the owner of the policy. Do you ever run across where these nursing homes, people have life insurance and the nursing home really takes over the policy as an asset?
We haven't had that happen yet.
Okay, that haven't
But I'm
happened.
sure it's will.
Oh, it's out there.
It's out there, yes.
Andre, you'd be surprised the calls I receive.
Wow.
I receive calls when my parents, one of my parents, they have less than 6 months to live. Can I get them a $100,000 life insurance policy?
Wow.
Seriously. I mean, I get calls like that all the time. Or what should I do? I don't know. And I tell people, if you don't know if there's a life insurance policy, you can look at the checking account statements, and if the money's pulled out each month from the checking account statement, you can see the life insurance company listed on the statement, the bank statement.
Right.
And then you can contact the bank statement and say, one of my loved ones passed away. We didn't know what the policy was. We need to take care of this final expense. Any other added comments? You can help our listeners to better understand why it's so important to have this life insurance in place when they come to see you, seek your services.
Well, I would say, like I said in the beginning, it doesn't matter what age. Mm-hmm. If you have children, you need to put your children. My mom had me in the insurance at a very early age, and she kept paying on it until I was an adult, and then I took it over. So it doesn't matter how old your children are, you need to have insurance on your children. We have, like the incident with the two siblings that was hit by the car. I don't know if that parent had insurance in place. So I'm just saying that to say there's no age limit. We just did a service of a young lady who passed away from cancer. But the statistics say that you shouldn't have these mammograms and stuff until you're a certain age. Well,
right.
She was under that age limit and had it. So it doesn't matter what your condition is, how old you are. It is just very, very, very important to have insurance. I know people who have insurance on their animals. There are people who have insurance on their animals. So we're not animals. We are human beings, and we shouldn't put our family through that stress. It's a lot of stress. It pulls the family apart. They fuss and argue because they're trying to come up with the money. And then you get these people who haven't seen a family member in 20-some years, and they buying expensive plane tickets to come to the funeral when that money could be spent to send to the family to help bury their loved ones. But the way to avoid that is, like you say, life insurance.
Get a life insurance policy. Now, the last time I had you on my show, you were telling me the persistency of the young people, like the 20-year-olds, the teenagers, coming to the parents come in to seek your services. Is that still occurring today?
That is still occurring today.
Wow. And what do you see more males, females? Who do you see going through at that young age? And what is the cause of passing?
Quite a few black young men, due to drug abuse, or they've been murdered.
Wow.
And
Gang violence
or just crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, and that shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't be that way. You have a whole life ahead of you, and if you kind of in that zone of craziness, I call it, get out of it.
Yes.
Get out. Seek employment. Get some kind of training. And when you have a job, it changes everything. It changes your life, and especially if you have responsibilities like children. But it's just really sad to hear. It's heartening to hear that young people at a young age being murdered by young people like themselves, and or overdose of drugs. And what is it? Meth? Is it heroin? What is the cause of death when it comes to drug abuse?
Right now, we see a lot of opioids.
Opioids.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
A lot of overdoses from that because that is very strong in the community.
And one of the reasons why I brought that up, because parents are coming to me now and say, I want to put life insurance on my 16-year-old, my 12-year-old, my 20-year-old, and I'll pay the premium. Because when that day comes, I want to make sure my books are in order, my paperwork is in order, and I get a lot of that. Parents want to put life insurance on their children, and I'm saying I will pay for it. Some of these children are responsible in their 30s,
Yes.
but they're concerned about the lifestyle they have. I'm concerned about if something happens. When that happens, I want to make sure that I'm covered. And you're here to solidify that it does happen.
It does happen.
With many families. So what is new for Serenity? Because you were telling me about some important information last night. You can share it with our community.
Okay, yeah, we are located on Cheyenne right now, and we're actually leasing that facility. So God has opened up doors where we have purchased a building that we're buying, and so that facility will be ours, and it'll be a totally one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. What does that detail?
That details you can have your services there. We have a chapel that's going to be at least 200 seats. We're going to have a repast area where you can have your repast there, a flower shop, and a retail shop where you can buy all the little things that you need to put your loved one away. That way you don't have to be running around town from this store to that store.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you need to put your loved one away will be right there at Serenity.
Wow, that's amazing. You have a clothing store in there too, so just a fitting room or like. Because
Yes.
I remember you. We got some. Well, I don't have any suits for my dad. Well, we got suits over here.
Right.
They can have everything. Now you might as well make a full one stop.
Right, one stop. We got it. We got it.
You got some suits over here. Do you wear them with shoes on? I wonder.
Well, it's a preference.
I do. Look at Brian.
It's a preference. If the family want that, we do.
Oh, really?
A lot of times, not a lot of times, but here late we've been doing like couch caskets where the full casket is open.
I see.
And so, yes, you would put shoes on that person.
You put shoes on that person. Yeah, Brian, they'll put your Nikes on or your Adidas, whatever. Because you old school hip hop, they may put your Adidas on. With the shoes.
Right.
Okay.
The ballet shoes.
Yeah, Andre, I appreciate. We're running out of time. I want to appreciate you coming in and sharing this valuable information with our listeners. Keep it locked right here at Power 88. We have another talk show coming up, and also tune in tomorrow from 10 o'clock to 10:30. She does loans. Sheila Smith. She is a loan officer, and she will help you with your loans from 10 o'clock to 10:30 right here at Power 88. I love you, listeners. Keep it locked right here. My name is Donald Marquez. This is Your Insurance Connection. We're going to do this again Friday from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Until then, just keep it crispy.